Hello and welcome to We the People. Why is it that the nomination of Sachin Tendulkar to the Rajya Sabha has created the kind of furor and debate it has? Why has it polarized public opinion? After all, the tradition of nominating 12 members out of 250 by the president is an old and tested one. And it's really not about political affiliations because, as Jawaharlal Nehru told the Lok Sabha in 1953, these are not people who are associated with one or the other political party. The nominated independent members are simply individuals who have achieved the high watermark of excellence in their respective fields. On We the People today, we're debating whether the House of Elders is fast becoming the House of Glamour. The celebrity factor in the Rajya Sabha, is it higher than it used to be? Or is it just the media that's created a narrative around it? Does some of the furor around Tendulkar's nomination have to do with the declining standards of Parliament and anger among ordinary people vis-a-vis Parliament? What is it about, in fact? Let's get started with Manish Tiwari. Manish, do you think part of the problem is that instead of this being perceived when it comes to Tendulkar as an honour that comes from the state of India, and I know you know a little bit about this because your own father was a nominated member. He was nominated for his contribution to Punjabi literature. So you know what this is about at a personal level as well. But do you think part of the problem is that the day it happened was a day when Sachin Tendulkar had met with the Congress president? It very much seemed like a Congress announcement instead of an announcement from the president.
Well, I think, Barkha, that is not correct because at the end of the day, a presidential nomination, is a nomination, as you rightly described that, as an honor to somebody who's excelled in his particular field. Now, having said that, it really depends upon Mr. Tendulkar as to whom would he like to meet and whom would he not like to meet. So to put those two things together and then say that this was a Congress nomination or a Congress attempt to spin a nomination, I think it is completely erroneous.
Bal Thackeray today called it a dirty game. He said this is the real dirty picture.
Well, I don't get the context at all because, pardon my ignorance, but I do not get the analogy at all. I've been trying to rack my brain as to how the two things... You're trying to think of who the
Vidya
Balan is. I've been trying to rack my brain and I've not been able to get it. But on a more serious note, I think there is a need for us to lighten up. After all, these are people who have achieved eminence in their respective fields. And if the government in its wisdom has decided to bring them to the House of Elders, let's hope they contribute and enrich the proceedings of the House of Elders.
Kirti, Sachin's from your field, widely regarded as the icon in a sense of cricket like no other. What do you make of all this fuss? Do you think it has something to do with the fact that there is a general, and I would say fashionable, because I don't fully support it, disillusionment with Parliament? It's become fashionable to say politicians to aise hi hain, Sachin beech mein phas gaya.
I don't think so. You've had Lata Mangeshkar before this. The first one to be nominated was late Prithviraj Kapoor.
Yeah.
You've had great people who have come and been nominated. And I think nobody would have an objection, Sachin Tendulkar being nominated. I'm sure a lot of people may disagree if he plans to join a particular party. It could be BJP or Congress or anything. But, going back to the earlier question that you asked and Manish was replying, is that, was it a mere coincidence that Mumbai Indians and Delhi Daredevils were playing and the dates were fixed 40 days ago?
But he didn't even do well in that match. The curse of the nomination.
I talked about the nomination. When you say that, is it being used, for glamour and for other things, and is it being used politically? I think there has to be a very serious thought about it. Very seriously. If you're nominating somebody, you're nominating somebody. I would have expected him to go and meet the president.
So why did he meet the Congress president on that day?
On that particular. So it says basically that now the nominations.
So if he'd met Nitin Gadkari and Sonia Gandhi, it was fine.
No, I don't even say that. Let him meet anybody. I've seen him at Mr. Advani's house thrice for dinner.
Yeah.
That's not the point. The point is on that particular day. I mean, he would go and meet the president, there's not a problem. He goes and meet Mrs. Gandhi, no problem. I've met her personally on a couple of occasions, inviting her. So that's a different thing. But using this opportunity is something where I feel is that now these nominations I fear, are not used politically.
Quick rebuttal before I go to NK Singh.
Well, in the sense, if you want to spin a conspiracy theory around a meeting, you're free to do so. No. But at the end of the day,
but are there coincidences in politics? I mean, does the political lexicon recognize the word called coincidence?
Cricket is all about timing.
Cricket is about timing.
And it seems that now politics is also turning into that kind of a timing.
Politics is also about coincidences, and politics is also about a bit of luck. But be that as it may, I don't think that this conspiracy theory holds water. At the end of the day, people are very wise, people are very savvy, and they see a nomination for what it really is.
Do you have the NDTV Profit app? All the markets, all the news, and your own homemade, ready-made portfolio available there for you.
We will right now answer what you should sell, what you should buy when markets are down.
Download at ndtvprofit.com/apps. Get the best app from the channel you trust.